that. So, in regards to your questions, when did the business start? How long has it been running? So, Fine Liquids was born in 1987. So, it's a real old company. So, I took over in 2018 and restructured it completely. And we started with water tastings around about 2019 or 20, and we increased that in Corona times because we could not do it analog. We could not go to the people, and the people could not come to us. So we started shipping boxes with curated water selections, and we started doing water tastings. So that means if you want to have the cheapest possibility, you have to order a curated box and just click on a YouTube clip where you can see where I drink the water, explaining a little bit about the brand, about the source, about the story, about the minerals, the content, the taste. And so I'm skipping from one water to the other, and you're just watching a YouTube clip. But then I realized there are people which really wanted to dive into. So I did it like the school kids did it in Corona times. I started Zoom meetings, and so people were able to buy individual tastings, schedule the tasting, and so there is until now the possibility to buy it and schedule the date for the virtual meeting, and sometimes it's definitely clear when people bought the waters. That's the box. That's the water journey we are going through. And sometimes we are calling or mailing, talking about the selection. And then I make sure that the people have the waters in time, so that they can bring it into a room where they get room temperature, and then we can do the virtual water tasting. And yes, how does the virtual water tasting work? So that's how it works. It's just like every virtual meeting. So I'm talking about the water. I got the same waters on my desk than the customers, and then it mainly takes 60 minutes, sometimes a bit more, and so I directly can interact with people just like when I do it analog, and people really enjoy this. Um, so it's very individual. So we're talking about their um, kind of favorite waters or their kind of water lifestyle. What means how much water do you really drink? When do you start? Are you aware of how many water your body needs and stuff like that? And yeah, this is how it works. What waters are involved and how many? So that's a point. We got curated water boxes, which means I thought about it. So you can, when you are going to find liquids into our online shop, you see there is there are a few boxes which are curated by me. So just still and very low mineralized, just still and high mineralized, or lightly sparkling, lower mineralized, or highly sparkling, high mineralized. So, and there is also a healing water box, which is curated by me. And for an individual tasting, we try to communicate with the customer so that he can make a decision on waters he prefers, or on waters I can tell him what are the preferences, and maybe you want to have more international ones, maybe you want to have more glacial waters or alpine waters, or you are interested in something very special for your stomach. So then we can decide, okay, that's the water journey for you. And mainly, water tasting is roundabout with 6 different waters. So we're starting with 3 still waters and ending up with 3 sparkling ones. And that's the way how it goes. And so if it is my decision, I really try to start with a super lightly, super neutral water and end up with a super fancy one, which is super high in minerals, super high in sparkling, so that the water tasting really gets unforgettable for my customers. So that's my goal. So it should be something different. It should not be one of 20 wine tastings you did, which get kind of boring in time because it's always the same. So doing a water tasting, or maybe your first water tasting, should be unforgettable. And that's my goal when I do that. Does it sell? If so, how popular is it? So when you're looking at Google Trends, you see water tasting is not really a word for the Google search. But when you're looking for water menu, there is a lot of traffic. So when I ask you, when people are looking for water menus, how many restaurants do you know with a water menu? So there is a gap. And that means um, there is a request on this, and nobody is aware of that. And I think at the end, people who are looking for a water menu, they will find us at the end. And also another search word on the Google trends is best water. So people are looking for best water. And yeah, my shop is presenting a lot of best waters from all corners of planet Earth. And so that might be a reason why people find it. And so the water tasting is getting more and more popular. So I did it for the most rich people in my country, and I did it for school classes. So it's getting more and more popular. So when we started, it was just a fancy thing, but right now, um, it's, I think, the most valuable thing for our company, and I really like to do it. So it's getting more and more popular, but it's not really known out there. I think most of the people don't know that there is something like water tasting, but it's cool. That's okay. Have you ever had celebrities join? Yes, we had, but those people are not willed to let me talk about it. So I think there are 3 persons I think I can say. That's Lucas Rosa. He's a MMA fighter from the States, very popular in his sports area. And there is Manuel Gaius from Düsseldorf. He's a personal trainer, so he's well known from television here in Germany. And also Dennis Klapschus, Declart. He is a artist working worldwide, and he is very, very popular, and his artwork sells very good. But the other celebrities, I'm not allowed to tell you. But there are really cool persons under them. So how does it usually end? With a smile on their faces. That's it. Do people leave the calls ordering specific waters for future? Yeah, that's always depending on what we did. So most of the time, people come back and buy waters at Fine Liquids, and when they don't come back, I know when we do our when we reflect what we did and we talk to these people a year later or so, they found their water. So that's what I really like to do. I want to help them finding the water um, they enjoy. So because when you find a water you really like, it's very easy to drink it. And when you got a water which is easy to drink for you, that's the key to get old in health. You know, that's it. And yes, when you have been in a water tasting at Fine Liquids, you will buy at Fine Liquids. From I think hundreds of water tasting, there was only one where the guy told me, no, that was not mine. But this guy made not his own decision for doing a water tasting. He won it in a kind of Christmas calendar from a newspaper magazine, and so it was not his decision to do this. So, but that was the only one. All the others were really high experienced, not high experienced. They made a real good experience. Um, and usually it ends up with a high mineralized water because you have to start with a low mineralized one. Then more minerals you have, then more taste a water does have. And when you're starting with a high mineralized water, ending up with a low mineralized water, you won't taste the profile of a low mineralized water. That does not work. So we are ending up with the big boys in water. And yeah, so it ends all the time that people are really inspired and thankful for all the insights, because people do not really know so much about water, so they are looking for information, but in the internet you find a lot of just words, but not the reality inside. And I think being a water sommelier helps me understanding water better, and so I can help people understand water better. So yeah, okay, Katie, thank you for your questions, and hopefully you can work with my answers. And please let me know where this story will be published. I try to send over some pictures, but as I said, a virtual water tasting is not really attractive to capture it or to make photos. So I will send you pictures from a water tasting, and I think you can work with that. So thank you so much, and have a nice time. And if you are using one or the other picture, let me know which one so that I can send over the credits so that we don't get in problems with the license owner. Okay, so far, thanks it. Thank you. That's it. Thank you. Have a nice time. So where is my button? Where is my mouse to stop this video? Where is it? So the video is done, but I can't find the mouse. Okay, here we are. Whew. Cheers.